How goes the family? Welcome back to Larry's Anything Goes. Hopefully you guys having a great and exceptional day. It's been a minute since I've gotten on here and just had a little bit of a rant session and whatnot, and just talked about random things and things of that nature on good old Instagram. So we got a new week coming up. We got 2 more weeks left in March. What have you gotten done in 2023 thus far? How have you given back in 2023 thus far? Because a lot of times in the social media world, people do a great job, even including myself, of what you've accomplished, highlighting what you've accomplished, highlighting what you know, highlighting what you've done. But no one ever talks about the great things that they've done, how they've done a good job of practicing on giving back, being of good service to others. And when I say that, it's not about in regards to you bragging on other people and talk about, I did this for this person, I did this for that person. I'm not talking about that, but it's in a sense in regards to highlighting that, hey, I do these good things for other people because it brings me joy and it brings me some sort of fulfillment. And that's how my actions prove how much of a great person that I am at the end of the day. You know, when it comes to that, I don't have to get I don't have to receive marching orders to get certain things, to be a good person and to get back to society and get back to the people and bring back some sort of decent value. You know what I mean? That's one thing that I like to take into consideration. But a lot of people beg to differ, and there's nothing wrong with that. But, you got one life to live. As I always say, with all the death that has been surrounding me for a long period of time, things are interesting and things are very, very different now. I'm thinking, and for a lot of us that are here in 2023, I think it's time for us to start thinking a lot more beyond 2023, because whatever goals and aspirations that you are going to get done, if you're not working on them now, I don't think you're really going to work on them later. We're heading into April, the 4th month of the year. Time is running short, and I've got a lot of things done, and I'm ready to start stomping out the things in 2024. That's the main thing to take into consideration. You know what I'm saying, family? But with all sincerity, a lot of times people, like I was having this discussion earlier today, a lot of people love to stay abreast of what's happening in the world, but they don't want to stay abreast of what's happening in their own life. They love to highlight the accomplishments of others, but they don't really like to accomplish anything for themselves or help accomplish anything for the sisters and brothers. It's very, very easy to sit back and watch it, have the media play all day, right wing, left wing, whatever the heck your particular flavor is, whatever. I always say both parties are full of crap. Everything's about the money. That's why I always say make money moves or live broke like a fool. But anyways, if you're constantly a watcher and not a doer, and that's one thing that I'm doing more and more in 2023 and throughout the pandemic specifically, I did more watching than I did doing. And that's why even nowadays I'll have the headphones in my ear, and I'll listen to a lot of people, content creators, give out great information, but I'm working at the same time. I'm trying to multitask. I'm trying to get things done, because I know that sitting on the sidelines and cheering for somebody like a cheerleader instead of trying to get into the game of life is one of the easiest things to get involved in, easiest ways to just fall into a slump, and easiest ways to feel good about yourself, but you haven't really accomplished anything. Like, great example, like people that like to go out to the club, and hey, if you're on my social media, you saw my birthday and back in January in Las Vegas, and me and my people, we had a blast. So I like to party hard. I like to play hard. I like to work hard and play hard. So if I like to play hard, party hard every weekend, no, I'm not in my 20s anymore. So that's definitely been out of my system. But I will say with sincerity that you have the people that love to just party and just party and just party, and they get drunk, or for the people that like to smoke weed, I'm not a weed smoker, and get high, but they're not getting anything specifically accomplished. They're not learning anything new of value, They're not increasing their value in any specific way, and they're not adding value to other people's lives all at the same time. And another thing, because I was having a conversation with my brother from another mother last night. Stop trying to add value to other people's lives, wasting time and wasting a lot of your precious free time, because time is something you can't get back, with people who are not appreciative of the efforts that you bring into their lives and whatnot. That's just something to take into consideration. Because I've learned in my lifetime that, you know, if you're always giving yourself and you're not getting anything in return, then you gotta let people go. And that's just one thing to take into consideration. You know what I'm saying? Always one thing you gotta take into consideration. But and that's another thing. It's like we all can get stuck in our slumps in life. We all get stuck into these routines. We all get stuck, and even the people that we associate with on a regular basis, and the subject matters that they have are mediocre and bland, and you're constantly engaging with people that are not willing to take command. As a woman or a man, they're just not, regardless of where they stand, they're not ready to take command. They're just ready to just take orders and execute other people's orders, but never execute any orders that they know is going to elevate their lives, you know, elevate their value, elevate the way that they get things done specifically. And that's really what my rant is about tonight. Like I said, it's been a minute since I've had a rant on Instagram. It's been a long time, but I figured it was a long time coming. And like a great example, the reason why I have the marching band style playing in the background, because I think we need to all start really commanding our own orders. We need to be ready to shoot out the gifts and shoot up into orbit, like you see the spaceship behind me, and be ready to take a chance that, you know, could end up being very, very awesome, profitable, or it could be detrimental. You never know what the situation may bring. Everybody's life is different. The way things happen, you know, ends up differently for everybody else. But you got to be able to look outside the box, live outside the box, think outside the box, engage with other people who do things differently. And opposing views is one of the best things ever, because my mindset is if I always got yes people around me and no one ever ready to challenge me, then that means I'm not going to ever get elevated in life. And that's why a lot of people never ever get elevated in life, because they're not willing to challenge. You know, they're not really willing to be around people who's going to challenge them. And I think that's one of the biggest mistakes that anybody in this life can make, regardless of what country you live in. And that's just keeping it real at the end of the day. Okay? So that's another thing to take into consideration. Another thing I wanted to, you know, put on people's minds, because, you know, you have to do your best to stay on your grind. You know, it's easy for any of us, including myself, to get sidetracked. You know, especially, I always say, especially in the social media world, somebody's always putting something out there that's going to throw you off. You know, that's going to get you off your game and all this other good stuff. So just take that into consideration, you know. And oops, we gotta take care of that. But yeah, it's just something to take into consideration and go from there, you know. And get rid of the dead weight in your life. That's another thing to do, because it's so easy to be around people that are just some slackers, and just people that just want to come around and, you know, suck the life out of you. You know what I mean? And as the post I put up earlier, stop worrying about all these freaking celebrities and their nonsense, because they do a wonderful job of trying their darndest to suck the light, to keep you unfocused. You know, it's one thing to like celebrities and all that great stuff, but they do a great job of keeping you unfocused. And in today's world, it's even easier, more than ever, to become unfocused. So that's just one thing I got to take into, you know, put on the table on some realness. Okay. And then there's nothing wrong with, you know, reaching back to people that you grew up with, but if they're still on some lame stuff and they're not talking about anything that's uplifting, it's kind of like Amistad. Let them go or let us flee. Okay, that's just one thing to really, 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 really take into consideration, family. All right, so I look at it like that. But anyways, I think that's all I had tonight for a rant. I was trying to think of anything else that I had to, really take into consideration. But because I believe March Madness is starting with basketball, so everybody's going to start freaking out over that. And is there anything wrong with people being sports fans? Absolutely not. But it's like I said, we don't live in an era where people can afford to be basic anymore, and we don't live in an era where people can afford to continuously have entry level. As 19 Keys will say, it's all about having high level conversations, but you got to be ready to get rid of people who are always on entry level conversations. That's another way to put it. People love to be on entry level nonsense, and it's just something to take into consideration on some realness. All right. So, I guess everybody, I know it's late now, so it's like, I'm like, where's everybody at on Instagram? But, time does fly when you're having fun. I will say that much. Time does fly when you're having fun. So I will say that much. Speaking of which, right now I'm getting rid of a lot of dead weight on my social media platform. So excuse my behavior right now, but I'm just like, I'm like, why are you on my friends list, or why am I following you? You add no value to my life. I add no value to your life. So what is the deal? On some realness. So. Yep, another one I think that needs to go. So, but anyways, family. So that's just what it is at the end of the day. Like I said, I'm still doing my best to work to get panel together in regards to get the panel together in regards to people. We're gonna have to talk about relationships, things of that nature. Because I think I'm going to, and I think I know in 2023 I'm going to be talking more and more about relationships and how I feel about specific situations, especially when it comes to marriage and things of that nature. Legal contracts, not just talking about money. Ultimate money move is the relationships that you have, the contracts that you sign, and to ensure that they benefit you, because everything is about a dollar in the United States of America, regardless who's in the White House, governor's house, and the mayor's house. So that's just one thing to take into consideration on some realness. Definitely have to, put that into perspective. But yeah, when it comes down to your dreams and aspirations, don't, like I said, don't ever let nobody hold you back. You got too many fakes and phonies, especially in today's world. It's like, I got hit up today. I won't say this individual's name. Haven't heard from this person like almost 2 years, and this person's having a baby, which I'm not mad at. Hey, congratulations to you. And this individual is asking me for money for this individual's baby shower. I'm just like, we don't talk like that. Call me crazy. I'm like, yeah, we don't really hang out and talk like that, but all of a sudden you want to, because that's how phony people are nowadays in 2023, especially with the social media world. People will go out of their way, and go out of their freaking way to barely ever speak to you. But then when they really want something, they got no problem texting you, inboxing you about, hey, or I'm getting married. This is the thing. Like, I got a member of my family getting married, and the stuff that her and her soon-to-be husband are asking for is ridiculous. Asking for, they got GoFundMe's for the wedding. They got GoFundMe's for the new house that they want. GoFundMe for the cooking classes that they want to take. GoFundMe for the honeymoon. I know we're in the digital world, but it just makes me laugh. I cannot stop laughing. I'm like, really? Wow. I really can't put it any other way. I'm just like, wow. So, but I leave it at that. It's just like people, the one thing at least I can respect people, people gonna let you know whether they rock with you or not. But they will let you know the moment that they really truly want something from you. So I leave it at that. But anyways, that's all I got for tonight. For the most part, hey, I always say do the great 3 things, like, share, and subscribe. Hopefully, you guys have a great night. We got a new week coming up. It's amazing. The one thing I'm actually happy about in 2023, I'm reading more and more stories about how people are becoming financially free. That was the main reason why I started making content, is because I love the fact that more and more people were becoming financially free, and more people were talking about their journey on how they could become financially free. And I just love that. And I'm seeing more and more of these articles coming out nowadays. And I think it's like the best of the best. Real talk. I love every moment of it. Real talk. So, but it's your life. You got to go for yours in this life. That's another thing I got to really just put out there. It's like, this is your life. You got to go for yours. Don't let nobody stop you. Don't let nobody hold you to the life that you're supposed to be living, the life you're supposed to be chasing, all that great stuff. Go for yours, and go for yours. It's another thing to take into consideration. So, cannot put it any other way. But yeah, people, it makes me laugh how bold people are nowadays. It really does. But it is what it is. Life goes on, and we go from there. So, have a great week, family. Have a great night, and keep going for yours. Living your truth. Don't live. Don't take any nonsense for anybody. But living your truth and go after what you want. As Wu-Tang Clan would say, it's yours. The world in the palm of your hand. All right, but you got to be willing to go for it at the end of the day. So it's very easy to get stuck in the nonsense. Real easy. All right, this is your life. There's no repeat button. You don't get another chance. Start living your best life, as they say. Lil Duval, one of the best comedians ever, song makers ever. Hope his recovery continues to be nice and swift and all that good stuff. So that's one thing I can say with sincerity. But yeah, this is your life. You got to start living it. Real talk. So on that note, I'm out. I'm done. I think I've overdone it with the content this week. So I'm learning how to calm it down and all that good stuff. But it's all good. Anyways, like I said, on Instagram, that's why sometimes I like to go live and do a rant on Instagram, because at least that way I can just do what I do and call it a day. So it doesn't have to be a script or anything of that nature. Just do what I do and move forward. So keep it simple, baby. So have a great night. I'll see y'all later. As I always say, make money moves, or you're gonna bro like a fool. Trying to think. I think there was another subject matter I wanted to cover, but I can't think of it. So anyways, take care.